So she's talking there about this sense of the long-term stability.
She didn't think a slimmed-down monarchy was a good idea.
There are no days off when it comes to the royals and their drama. Just when you think one is over, another one pops up. And the recent one involves none other than Queen Camilla and her distaste for what the late Queen Elizabeth II has said about her. What exactly did Queen Elizabeth say? And more importantly, why is Queen Camilla revisiting a years-old issue? Join us, because this one is about to be a roller coaster ride. More family drama? The British royal family is no stranger to drama, but this latest one might just be the most scandalous yet. Queen Camilla is reportedly fuming over something the late Queen Elizabeth II said about her while she was alive. Now the most shocking thing is the way she found out. For years, people have painted Camilla as the villain of the royal saga. But this time, you might find yourself sympathizing with her. According to reports, at a recent Balmoral summit, Princess Anne, never one to sugarcoat the truth, dropped a bombshell on Camilla. Curious to find out more about the bombshell? Keep watching. Princess Anne revealed that Queen Elizabeth never truly wanted Camilla to be queen. Shocking, right? In fact, the late monarch always preferred Princess Kate for the role, believing she embodied the grace the position required. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Anne went even further, allegedly telling Camilla that Queen Elizabeth detested her and only agreed to her title of Queen Consort because of an unspoken deal made behind the scenes. But here's where things get truly interesting. King Charles reportedly leveraged Prince Andrew's ties to Jeffrey Epstein to get his mother to approve Camilla's title. Talk about some family drama. At the time, Charles needed the Queen's public endorsement of Camilla as they approached her Platinum Jubilee. But Queen Elizabeth, always the pragmatist, knew that making Camilla queen would be a tough sell to the public. Originally, the plan was for her to be called Princess Consort, not Queen. However, with the weight of Andrew's scandal looming over the monarchy, Charles was able to use the situation to his advantage, getting his mother to concede to Camilla's title in exchange for handling the Andrew crisis. Now, years later, Camilla is still haunted by the truth. The fact that Queen Elizabeth never truly accepted her and only allowed her title due to royal maneuvering has left a lasting sting. And with Princess Anne spilling these secrets, it seems the royal family's internal power struggles are far from over. But one thing's for sure, when it comes to royal drama, the crown is never without controversy. But with all these jaw-dropping revelations, we cannot help but wonder, why is Princess Anne the one holding the whistle? And why wait until this moment to bring it all up? Is there unfinished business between the two women, or is something else at play? Well, it wouldn't be surprising if this was yet another chapter in the long-standing tension between Anne and Camilla. Their relationship has always been complicated, and the friction between them dates back years. But we'll dive into that drama a bit later. For now, let's contrast Queen Elizabeth's alleged distaste for Camilla with her clear admiration for Princess Kate. It's no secret that the late Queen adored Kate Middleton and saw her as the perfect future Queen Consort. And that admiration didn't start recently. In fact, it started in 2006. The late Queen really had a soft spot for Kate, so much so that when Kate and William were dating, Queen Elizabeth invited her to spend the holidays at Sandringham, a rare honor for an unmarried royal girlfriend. However, Kate, always one to respect tradition, politely declined. She was just 24 at the time and knew that until there was a marriage proposal, she had no official place at the royal family's most intimate gatherings. Her patience and wisdom paid off, as she eventually became not just William's wife, but a firm royal favorite. Now it seems like jealousy began to grow from here because Queen Camilla took notice of Kate's growing influence, and not in a good way. She has reportedly made it clear that she doesn't see Princess Catherine as the right fit for William or the future of the monarchy. According to royal expert Christopher Anderson, Camilla wasn't thrilled when William and Kate first got together. In fact, she was actively opposed to their relationship. Anderson, who wrote The King, The Life of Charles III, claims that Camilla didn't think Kate was of their class and viewed her as an outsider. To her, Middleton, who came from a middle-class background, wasn't an appropriate match for the future king. So, was Camilla's initial dislike of Kate just about social status? Or was she worried about losing influence over Charles and the royal family's future? Whatever the case, the tensions between these two powerful royal women have only simmered beneath the surface, until now. And with Princess Anne fanning the flames, it seems like the royal drama is far from over. But as it turns out, Princess Anne is not alone in her reservations about Camilla. It appears that a larger portion of the royal family shares the same sentiment, including none other than Prince William himself. If you think it's because of the comments Camilla made about Catherine, then you're wrong. While that might have had a hand in him not truly liking Camilla, there's another reason, one which dates as far back as when William was a child. The alleged tension between William and Camilla was laid bare by Prince Harry in his explosive memoir Spare. According to Harry, William has always merely tolerated Camilla, and in fact, she's always been a little afraid of him. But the real bombshell. Harry revealed that both he and William begged their father, King Charles III, not to marry Camilla. He claimed that their stepmother was notorious for leaking stories about them and the rest of the royal family to the press. Harry in his book recalled wondering if Camilla would be one of those wicked stepmothers when she officially entered their lives. Of course, the tension didn't appear out of nowhere. Camilla's infamous affair with Charles while he was still married to Princess Diana had left deep scars. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, she and Charles had an on-again, off-again romance, with Diana famously stating in her Panorama interview, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." Then, in 1997, Diana's tragic death in a car crash sent shockwaves through the world. Despite his son's clear disapproval, Charles pushed forward with his plans to marry Camilla, finally tying the knot with her in 2005. Harry wrote in Spare that despite his and William's efforts to dissuade their father, Charles was determined to proceed with the marriage. He mentioned that they had shaken his hand, wished him well, and assured him there were no hard feelings. However, while Harry's resentment toward Camilla remained evident, insiders claimed that William had moved on, especially after Harry left the royal family in 2020. According to sources quoted in US Weekly, William and Camilla had overcome significant challenges over the years. The insider explained that William and Harry had always distrusted Camilla and resented her due to their deep devotion to their mother. They reportedly never felt comfortable enough to open up to her in a meaningful way. However, one person had played a crucial role in improving the relationship between William and Camilla, Princess Kate. Despite everything that Camilla said about Kate, Kate has always treated her with warmth and respect. So, while the wounds of the past might never fully heal, it appeared that, for now, William and Camilla had reached a truce. However, with Anne allegedly stirring tensions and the lingering shadows of the past, the question remained: how long would this royal peace truly last? The tension between Princess Anne and Queen Camilla. Although Princess Catherine and Queen Camilla's relationship might seem mended, one royal feud remains far more complicated: Princess Anne and Queen Camilla. Back in 2005, when then Prince Charles married Camilla Parker Bowles, Queen Elizabeth II took an unusual step. She had her private secretary draft a special document stating that Princess Anne would never have to curtsy to Camilla. A former courtier revealed at the time that it was done at the behest of Princess Anne and Princess Alexandra, who saw no reason to make obeisance to this highly unpopular woman, referring to Camilla. In other words, Anne wasn't having it, and she made it clear that she had no intention of curtsying to her brother's new wife. But why, you might wonder? Well, it all boiled down to love. The two women's history traces back to the 1970s, when Camilla was in an on-again, off-again relationship with Andrew Parker Bowles. But here's the twist. While Camilla was dating Andrew, Andrew was sleeping with Princess Anne. And this is where the discord started. Instead of a love triangle, they created a royal love rectangle involving the Queen's two eldest children. The drama even made it into The Crown Season 3, which reignited interest in this decades-old feud. According to a palace insider, the bitterness has never truly faded. Anne and Camilla have always had bad blood, and this is unearthing a lot of old wounds. Make no mistake, there's no hope of these royal rivals becoming friends. But fast forward to today, it seems that things have changed, at least publicly. In November last year, Princess Anne actually presented Camilla with an honorary doctorate of literature from the University of London. The two women appeared closer than ever, even traveling to the ceremony together. Anne, as the university's long-standing chancellor, praised Camilla's exceptional efforts in promoting literacy, including her Queen's Reading Room initiative.
And is well known for her steadfast support of causes, including health and well-being.
And in a twist of irony, it was Camilla who had to kneel before Chancellor Anne to receive the honor. This moment was a far cry from the icy tension of their past, especially considering how their love lives initially intertwined. When Anne first dated Andrew Parker Bowles, he already had a reputation for being unfaithful. According to royal biographer Penny Junor, Andrew was known to be a cad and had been involved with other women, including some of Anne's friends. Junor explained that when Camilla was introduced to Charles, she had been aware that Andrew was with Princess Anne at the time and had decided to teach him a lesson. As a result, Camilla had begun her own affair with Prince Charles. Ultimately, both love affairs, Camilla's with Charles and Anne's with Andrew Parker Bowles, had been thwarted for similar reasons. The royals first disapproved of their early relationship. The reason? Camilla's history with other partners made her unsuitable for a future king. As a result, they separated in 1973. Meanwhile, Anne's relationship with Andrew Parker Bowles was doomed from the start, not because of lack of affection, but due to royal protocol. As a Catholic, Andrew Parker Bowles was never going to be allowed to marry a member of the royal family under the Act of Settlement 1701. Anne, then fourth in line to the throne, would have been fully aware of this, but that didn't make the breakup any easier. In fact, Anne was said to be devastated when Andrew ended their romance in 1973, only to announce shortly afterward that he was marrying Camilla. The heartbreak reportedly led Anne to rebound into a marriage with cavalry officer Captain Mark Phillips, a union that, while initially promising, ultimately didn't last and caused considerable stress for the royal family. By 1992, Anne's marriage to Mark Phillips officially ended in divorce. Notably, they had already been separated for 3 years amid reports of infidelity on both sides. And, according to Bedell Smith, Anne's alleged lovers included none other than Andrew Parker Bowles. As history would have it, Charles and Camilla eventually married in 2005, cementing a love story that spanned decades of scandal. But Anne and Andrew, their story remains unfinished. It's fascinating how these long-standing tensions and entanglements within the royal family have evolved over the years. The fact that Andrew Parker Bowles remained close to both Anne and Camilla despite their complex history must have been a constant source of quiet friction. Rumors have long persisted that Anne's feelings for Andrew Parker Bowles never truly faded. Even across decades of his marriage to Camilla, Andrew remained one of Anne's closest friends. He's even godfather to her daughter, Zara Tyndall, just as King Charles is godfather to Andrew and Camilla's son, Tom Parker Bowles. According to royal biographer Sally Bedell Smith, even after their romantic relationship ended, Anne and Andrew remained deeply connected. She suggests that their bond went beyond mere friendship. Bedell Smith even hints at persistent rumors that Anne and Andrew's relationship may have continued even after their respective marriages. Camilla may have ultimately won Charles, but Anne's presence and confidence in her royal status always seemed to give her the upper hand in their dynamic. For Camilla, who spent years enduring public scrutiny as the other woman, Anne's personality and firm standing as the Queen's daughter likely added an extra layer of tension. And yet, despite their early frostiness, It's ironic that Anne's own divorce and remarriage paved the way for Camilla to finally marry Charles. When the late Queen saw that the monarchy didn't collapse after Anne left Mark Phillips for Timothy Lawrence, she seemingly softened her stance on her son's controversial relationship. Now, 2 decades later, it seems Anne and Camilla have found common ground. Not just as royal women, but as 2 individuals fiercely devoted to supporting King Charles. In a strange twist of fate, they've gone from rivals to allies, all while maintaining their close ties to the same man who once played such a daring role in their romantic histories. But while Camilla and Anne have found their place in the monarchy, another royal woman is still carving out her own legacy. The future Queen Consort. Kate Middleton is constantly compared to Princess Diana, Queen Camilla, and even the late Queen Elizabeth II, but people don't give her enough credit for being her own person. Born on January 9, 1982, at the Royal Berkshire Hospital in Reading, Kate came from an upper-middle-class family with ties to the landed gentry on her father's side and working-class roots on her mother's. Her parents, Michael and Carol Middleton, worked for British Airways before building their own successful business, Party Pieces. Kate's childhood was far from the royal spotlight. Her family moved to Jordan when she was just 2 years old, and she attended an English-language nursery school there. When they returned to Berkshire in 1986,
You don't need to roll your arm.
Do you know where it is?
No.
By the way, you be careful what you say now, because these guys, they're filming it.
she was enrolled at St. Andrew's School before going on to Marlborough College, where she excelled in sports and academics. She was even captain of the girls' field hockey team and earned a Gold Duke of Edinburgh award. But her life changed forever when she attended the University of St. Andrews in Scotland. It was there that she crossed paths with Prince William. And the rest, as they say, is history. While many focus on their royal romance, Kate has always been more than just the girl who married a prince. Despite securing a place at the University of Edinburgh, Kate took a gap year studying at the British Institute of Florence in Italy and traveling to Chile for a Raleigh International program. She even spent a summer working as a deckhand at the port of Southampton before heading to the University of St. Andrews in Scotland. Initially studying psychology, she later switched her focus entirely to art history, balancing her studies with a part-time job as a waitress. She was also an active member of the Lumsden Club, organizing fundraisers and community projects. In 2005, she graduated with an undergraduate MA in art history. It was at St. Andrews that she met Prince William in 2001 while living at St. Salvator's Hall. She reportedly caught his eye in 2002 at a charity fashion show, walking the runway in a sheer lace dress. By 2003, they were officially dating, sharing a flat with 2 friends in their second year, and later moving into Balgove House together. Their relationship wasn't without its bumps, briefly splitting in 2004 before reuniting. After graduation, Kate found herself under relentless tabloid scrutiny due to her connection with William. In 2006, she took on a part-time role as an accessories buyer for Jigsaw, while also working as a project manager for her family's business, handling its website and catalog. She was frequently spotted at royal events, attending William's passing out parade at Sandhurst in December 2006. The couple broke up again in April 2007, only to reconcile shortly after. By 2008, she was stepping further into royal circles, attending Peter Phillips's wedding in William's Place and meeting Queen Elizabeth II for the first time. That same year, she was seen at the Order of the Garter procession, where William was made a Royal Knight of the Garter. As William served with the Royal Navy in the Caribbean in 2008, Kate continued to be a presence at high-profile royal events. In June 2010, the couple settled into a cottage on the Bodorgan estate in Anglesey, Wales, where William was stationed for his RAF search and rescue training. Before their engagement, Kate lived with her sister Pippa in a Chelsea apartment owned by their parents. Then, in October 2010, while on a 10-day trip to Kenya's Liwa Wildlife Conservancy, William proposed at a secluded alpine cabin on Mount Kenya. Clarence House made the engagement official on November 16th. William proposed with his mother Diana's iconic sapphire and diamond ring, linking past and present in a single gesture. In preparation for her royal future, Kate was confirmed into the Church of England on March 10th at St. James's Palace, with William and her family by her side. Their wedding on April 29, 2011, at Westminster Abbey, coinciding with St. Catherine's Day, was nothing short of a global spectacle. The UK declared the day a bank holiday, and an estimated 300 million viewers worldwide tuned in, with 26 million watching live in Britain alone. Kate's wedding dress, designed by Sarah Burton for Alexander McQueen, became instantly iconic. Upon marriage, she received the title Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Cambridge. As a wedding gift from the Queen, the couple was given Anmer Hall, a countryside retreat on the Sandringham estate. In London, they initially lived at Nottingham Cottage before moving into apartment 1A at Kensington Palace in 2013, following an 18-month, £4.5 million renovation. Kensington Palace remained their primary residence until 2017. By September 2022, the family had settled into Adelaide Cottage in Windsor. Kate and William's family grew with the births of Prince George in July 2013, Princess Charlotte in May 2015, and Prince Louis in April 2018. In January 2024, Kensington Palace announced that Kate had undergone planned abdominal surgery at the London clinic for an undisclosed medical condition. She stepped back from public engagements through March, but her prolonged absence sparked intense media speculation and a wave of conspiracy theories, especially after William pulled out of a major royal event, citing a personal matter. On March 22nd, Kate broke her silence in a video message, revealing that post-surgery tests had found cancer and that she had been undergoing chemotherapy since late February. She extended her medical leave but made a surprise appearance at Trooping the Colour in June, later confirming in a heartfelt letter that her treatment was ongoing. Over the following months, she made occasional public appearances while continuing her recovery. In September, a video message from Kensington Palace announced she had completed chemotherapy and was preparing to resume her royal duties. A month later, she joined William on a visit to meet the families of the victims of the 2024 Southport stabbing, her first official engagement since finishing treatment. In January 2025, Catherine returned to the Royal Marsden Hospital, where she had received cancer treatment, to personally thank the doctors and nurses who cared for her and to meet with patients. The visit marked her first solo public engagement since completing chemotherapy. In an announcement, she also shared the long-awaited news: her cancer was in remission. Charity work has been a constant in Catherine's life, both before and after becoming a royal. In 2007, she curated a photography exhibition to support UNICEF, marking the launch of Time to Reflect by Alastair Morrison. The following year, she visited Naomi's House Hospice to spend time with children, and later organized a roller disco fundraiser that raised £100,000 for Oxford Children's Hospital and the mental health charity Place to Be. While working for her parents' company, she coordinated events for the Starlight Children's Foundation and helped organize the Boodles Boxing Ball to raise funds for charity. After her marriage, Catherine's philanthropic work expanded. In March 2011, she and William established a wedding gift fund under the foundation of Prince William and Prince Harry, allowing well-wishers to donate to causes rather than giving gifts. The fund supported 26 charities spanning the armed forces, children, the elderly, the arts, sports, and conservation. In 2012, the foundation was renamed to reflect Catherine's contributions and is now known as the Royal Foundation of the Prince and Princess of Wales. Her impact extends beyond charity. Catherine's sense of style has made her a global fashion icon, frequently landing her on best-dressed lists. In 2022, Tatler placed her at the top of their rankings, and in 2024, She was named the most glamorous European royal. Over the years, her wardrobe has evolved from conservative choices to a refined, elegant aesthetic featuring designs by Alexander McQueen, Jenny Packham, Catherine Walker, Dolce & Gabbana, and Gucci. The Kate Middleton effect describes her influence on fashion trends and retail sales. By 2021. She was credited with boosting the British fashion industry by up to £1 billion annually, publicly and privately. Catherine has become a defining presence in the royal family's modern era. Journalists like Camilla Tominey and Petronella Wyatt have called her the monarchy's greatest asset and the jewel in the crown, while the New York Times' Rhonda Garelick has praised her ability to balance tradition with modernity. Despite intense media scrutiny, her aides note that Catherine doesn't shape her decisions based on PR strategy. She does what she believes is right. Former Private Secretary Jamie Lowther Pinkerton described her approach as almost old-fashioned, saying she simply doesn't engage in drama. What do you think about the royal family drama? Let us know what you think in the comments section. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Click on the next video displayed on your screen. You will enjoy it.